I'm going to be tying a double bunny. This is one of my favorite streamers. I used to tie this fly on bigger hooks. I've gotten to where I tie it on a size 6 2x long hook anymore. It's basically a nymph hook, but it seems to be big enough to catch the biggest fish in the river for me. So, and it's easier than casting size 4x long. So I'm using a 1760, a Daiichi 1710 size 6. And like I said, this one's 1x heavy, 2 extra long. Some wire, lead wire, 30,000s, give it about a dozen wraps. Clip it off with your thumbnail, fingernail, whatever's handy. I used to use a neutral color thread. Started using red thread, and I kind of like it because it makes it look like a little bit of gill. Get a little bit of red right behind the cone for a gill plate. Probably doesn't really make that much difference, but I like the looks of it, so that's the way I'm going to do it. And I used to dub the body as well, or I've used different stuff, but anymore I just wrap it with thread because most of it gets covered up on these anyway. So I'm not gluing it. The original double bunny, I think he glues the two pieces of leather together, but I'm not gluing it, so I like to have a little something for the body color. But like I said, not much of it's exposed. I like gray over white. I try to make the leather piece about the same length as my hook shank. Sometimes I'll go just a hair longer, or I usually end up tying it in just a hair longer than that. You know, I like enough of a tail to where it swims really well. You can lick your fingers and pull the hair back. That'll help keep it out of your way. But anyway, I like a long enough tail that it has lots of motion that goes through the water. I mean, you don't have to swim these flies, you can dead drift these and catch a lot of fish. You can strip them too, or twitch them, and do all kinds of different things. But even just dead drift and double bunnies catches quite a few fish. Alright. One of the nice things about this fly is that it's super simple. I got some rabbit hair in my mouth. Rabbit hair strip on the top, rabbit hair strip on the bottom, a little bit of flash, and you're done. So there's one on the top. If you're picky, you can push that leather into the cone, take a couple more wraps, it'll pull it down in there. I'm going to use a piece of white rabbit hair on the bottom. I do point the piece of the leather rather than just having a square end. I don't know if it really makes a difference, but I'd read once that it did, and I just got in the habit of doing it, and I've done it ever since. So if you can maybe experiment and tell me if it works, if it makes any difference or not. Simply push the white strip over the hook point. Pull it up tight. It should be about the same length as the gray piece. Now it's a good time, if you've got a rotating vise, to turn it upside down. Again, okay. Again, I'll push the leather up underneath the cone head if I'm picky. If I'm not, I'm just trying to tie a bunch of these so I can get back out on the river and fish. I'll just not even worry about that. Take a few wraps of red thread to get everything covered up good up there, get it tied in well. And then a little bit of flash. I've tied these without any flash, and I don't know that makes a whole lot of difference having the flash, but you know, I think maybe the flash might make a small amount of difference, so I add it. But I've caught plenty of fish on this fly without any flash at all. And I used to tie just one color of flash in. I've been tying in 2 colors of flash. One is, I think it's called Pearl, this color. And the other one is a twisted multicolor one. I don't know what you call that one, but it looks kind of like a rainbow. So I folded the pieces over, so we have 4 pieces there. Do about the length of the body, slightly less, slightly more, no big deal. Take a wrap or 2, then adjust them if necessary. And depending on how much flash you want, you could just fold these over, clip them to length and tie them in. Or if you want less, you can just pull this flash up and around, take another wrap of thread to kind of stop it where you want them. And cut them off. I kind of like the red thread behind the cone head. Like I said, it probably doesn't make any difference in catching fish, but I like it, so I put it on there. So I use it. A little glue. And that's how I tie a double bunny. Okay, so you can dead drift this fly and it fishes well. You can twitch this fly, which makes it rotate 180 degrees. When there's no tension on this fly, it'll ride upright with the gray over the back. And then when you put a little tension on it, it tends to rotate 180 degrees. But I like to dead drift this a lot of times through a deeper spot or a slower spot and twitch it. So just let it drift, drift, twitch, twitch, and then let it drift, and it will draw some pretty heavy strikes a lot of times doing it just like that.